Hi everyone, how you doing? James here from CompTIA Technology. So I'm here at ChannelCon in Las Vegas having a great time, and I've just run into Eric Anthony, who I was desperate to talk to. Eric, you're doing a talk so why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Eric Anthony from AllThingsMSP, which is a community that I founded about 5 years ago just to get MSPs together and share the business problems of running an MSP rather than the more technical issues.
Fantastic. Okay, and so in terms of sort of the format, is this like an in-person thing, or you're online, or what sort of structure does it take?
So it started out as a Facebook group, and then we gradually kind of did some other things. We now have a podcast. We do a live stream every Wednesday night, except for tonight because I'm at ChannelCon, obviously. And, we're doing lots of different things in terms of content. We've expanded to a YouTube channel as well. And so it's just a way to get content out to that community, whether it's from vendors or whether it's from other experts in the space.
Fantastic. Can we rewind slightly and just give me a bit about your background? So how you got to this point in your career?
So I've always been interested in computers. I actually started consulting for friends and family type of thing back before I could even drive. My mother was driving me to appointments to do computer consulting.
Oh, fantastic.
And so I got a degree in computer engineering, started my break fix company right out of school, ran that for 10 to 12 years, did a little bit of CIO stuff, and then opened an MSP, did that for 7, sold it, and moved to the vendor side of the channel, originally with GFI Max, who was, obviously Hound Dog from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's right.
And now I'm with Ignite.
Fantastic. Okay, so you're here in the vendor hall, but you're also on stage. So that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Your talk is all around the customer journey, and I think that's something that MSPs are going to find useful. We're going to get a sneaky peek and have a little chat about it now. So do you want to give us a rough overview then of how the talk's going to go tomorrow, and what your advice is around how to optimize the customer journey?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've looked at in this industry is MSPs don't fit a mold. Like, they want to do business the way they want to do business. And, some of them have lifestyle businesses. Some of them are trying to grow it to sell it. There's just a lot of different motivations. So what I said was, okay, how do we take the typical MSP customer journey and turn that into a framework so they can literally design the business that they want and then work on different sections one at a time to improve them.
Interesting. Okay, so it gives them those sort of bite-sized segments to be able to work on. So let's dive in a little bit then. So those segments.
Yeah. So for me, if I was starting an MSP now, well, actually, let's start from the beginning, right? I can break it down as simply as get, do, and keep, because you have to get new customers, you have to do the work that they're hiring you to do, and then you have to have some type of mechanism to keep them, right? So if I was starting an MSP today, I would probably do something like this in terms of my customer journey. It would look like awareness, exploration, evaluation, conversion, advocacy, or membership.
Yes.
That's an important one.
Yeah.
Kind of forget the service delivery piece a little bit sometimes. Yeah. And then advocacy and churn, because churn is a reality, right? And we all have to deal with it. So the awareness piece is making sure that you're out there in the industry, you're making a name for yourself, and they're seeing you periodically. I compare it to like having a billboard on a busy highway.
Yeah.
You have to be out there so that they see you periodically, whether that's in a chamber of commerce or some type of group, or maybe a social media platform or group that is in your area, something like that.
And so this is so let's dive in on that one. So in terms of the awareness piece then, so your framework would be sort of engaging certain people in the business maybe to focus on that side of things?
Yeah, so what I would do, if I was to set this up, say I wanted to work on my awareness, maybe that awareness piece, the result that I wanted was, I want to be known as the MSP provider in my, town,
yes,
my city, whatever it is. So what I'm going to do is, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to solve for. Well, what people are involved in that? So I'm going to write down the roles. Maybe I have a role as the business owner. Maybe I have a social media manager. Maybe, and of course, you're going to have a client or prospective clients, right? So those are the different roles. Underneath those different roles, then I wanted to find, okay, what are the tactics? As the business owner, for this example, do I need to create content? Yes. So how much content am I going to create? What kind of content am I going to create? And then for the social media manager role, how many, they're going to take that content, and they're going to split it up, post it in different places, create different types of posts with it. So it's the number of posts that they're going to get out there, right? Activity that's going to drive engagement. And then for the audience, the prospects or the clients, they are going to be measured by engagement, likes, subscribes, questions, comments, that kind of thing.
So the metric side of it really is quite important. You've got the tactics, but also you need to be measuring those right, I guess the KPIs, right?
Right, yeah, and you really need two different types of KPIs. You always want the KPIs that you control. So the content that I'm creating, I know I need to create 10 pieces of content every 2 weeks or whatever it is. And my social media manager needs to post X number of times every 2 weeks to get the number of likes, comments, engagements, subscribes, whatever it is, the end result that's actually going to show that I'm being thought of as a thought leader in that space.
Makes total sense. So we won't run through the entire customer journey. I mean, people are going to obviously attend your talk tomorrow, but if anyone's interested in finding out more about this and then diving into those other segments that you've identified, what's the best way to hook up with you and get more information on it?
So probably two different ways. Best way, probably just connect with me on LinkedIn. That's especially, in this day and age, that's where we find everybody, right? But you can also join the All Things MSP Facebook group.
Okay.
So just go over to Facebook, find All Things MSP. Join the group, not the page. The page is really just to draw people in. The real meat of the content is in the group.
Excellent. So if I'm allowed, I'm going to do exactly that as soon as we get back. Sure. Listen, Eric, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to come and speak to me. Really interesting, and good luck with the talk tomorrow.
Thank you.
No worries. Cheers.